Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm late for the class. You have to translate. It's just the timing and different things. I thought it was 5:30, but we'll do something now. But what was happening is I had some Russian disciples visiting me. So you can all say, can anyone turn on your cameras sometimes and I can see you? That would be so much more fun. No? Okay. Shraddhanjali, Haribol. Nice to see you. Kalachandri. Okay. Danny. Okay. You say hello to this nice family. These are some of the people who.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay. Okay. All right, you can go now. I'll meet you for class.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Haribol. I don't know what to say because I got the time screwed up. And now in 15 minutes, I have to give class. Yeah, I have to say, it's been really wonderful here. Every morning, the weather's been ideal. Every morning at 8 o'clock, I walk a half hour to the Ganga. It's wonderful, bathing in the Ganga. We go to a place where no one is there. The water is up to my chest. And people who know me, I don't like to have fun. So I'm having this kind of fun. It's great. And then, wow. And you saw that beautiful hall that we give class in, and every night giving class. And so let me see if I can say something meaningful until the class. Well, tonight, what I've been doing here, and in I'm waiting for, you see, I've been here, I'm waiting for the Russian translation and I'm not hearing it, but then I realize I don't need it. But what's happening here that's so nice too is really I'm trying, they have like a wonderful program. They stay for 2 weeks. The teacher who's close with me and invited me here, he's just really expert and they get really good education. And but what I've been doing lately, and I told you that I came up with this idea. It's maybe the way I expressed it, but I never heard it before. And the idea I came up with is that we can study the Shastra from three ways: from the stories, from the philosophy, and from the emotions. So I was finishing up the Kaliya Lila, and basically what I was doing is telling the story just from the perspective of Mother Yasoda and what she felt and how her different experiences brought rati, which is that feeling of love, to the level of rasa, which is the love at its height. And I was explaining a point that how important it is to have connoisseurs in society, because Krishna, I was explaining, is rasika. Rasika means that Krishna is a connoisseur of love. And Rasa Vai, the Tatatiya Upanishad says that the ultimate reality is that experience between the ultimate reality and all the other parts in the ultimate reality. We are receptacles to hold love. That's our whole purpose. And I always make that contradiction, kind of say that God is everything. So within God, there must be something outside of God for the purpose of him enjoying love, because love comes from the outside. And the Jaiva Dharma explains two types of love. Sarupananda, by yourself, and Bhakti-ananda, which is you need another. So anyway, I was explaining from the perspective of Mother Yasoda all the various types of emotional experiences she was having that bring her love to the height so that Krishna can relish it. And I described that connoisseurs, I don't know if it's the right word, but not just in food, but people who have taste is an important element in society, because when things are done properly, they develop the finer sentiments in the consciousness that help one evolve spiritually. And Prabhupada describes this in the description of of Dwarka, and he describes how they built all these horrible cities now, starting with the British who wanted cheap labor to make clothes and things, and built the railroads, and he called the cities dungeons of demons. And he described that the proper society, they would build museums and beautiful parks, etc. In other words, rich people could keep wealth and so many things in their house, but it should be available to everyone. So there are parks and things, and they develop the finer sentiments. And then, Kalachanda, you may confirm this, but my understanding is that initially the universities were the one institution in society that was responsible for every other institution in society to maintain the culture of the society. That was the purpose of the university, to maintain the culture, the arts and the literature and the music and the fine things. It would be the languages. That's what it was. Purpose was. It wasn't, for technology. And I guess that was the purpose of the humanities, which now are being cut back. So I was describing it's very important. Just like drama, I remember we had this wonderful devotee, Alex, who performed drama at our retreat, my Vyas Puja. And he told me he would go to the ISKCON temple, he would see a drama. He wasn't hypercritical, but how much pleasure can he get from it if it wasn't done appropriately? And it also limits the pleasure other people can get to. For example, yesterday we were blessed. First of all, upstairs they have proper sound system, the proper. Javi Prabhu came. And my God, did he lead a kirtan? Oh my God. It just was, just wonderful. But what is kirtan? And that definition from the subway conductor in New York, who was a Sikh scholar, Satya Hari. Kirtan is when the bhava in the heart is expressed by the discipline of music. Even the kirtan of the cowherd boys, it was done properly. It had all the including Shanai. Shanai means it was gradual. The tempo never exceeded the emotion. The emotion always directed the tempo. And the melodies were sonious and melodious. And it was done appropriately according to rags in the time. So even the spiritual world. So I was explaining this, that Krishna is the connoisseur of love. And when the ingredients are not proper, he cannot relish to the fullest degree. Therefore, they're always proper for him. But people who write about it have to know that's science. Otherwise, it doesn't come to the point of relish. That's called rasa bas. And what Rupa Goswami described, he gave the example of perfect sweet rice. I give this example many times, that there is sugar, not too much, not too little. Rice can't be cooked too much, too little. The milk can't be too thick, too thin. The saffron, the cardamom, not too much, not too little. And if any of the elements are missing or done improperly, a person who's cultured won't get taste for it. And he sets the standard of how this element of sense gratification in society and offering to Krishna can be proper. And if you don't have taste, if they just dump a lot of sugar in it, then you'll tell people it was a great preparation. But it won't help the society if there's no one that can say there was too much sugar or too little sugar, because you won't be able to offer the best to Krishna and you won't be able to offer the best to the devotees. So so I was explaining that, so that it's not that Krishna is obsessive compulsive. He's just the ultimate reality, and that's how he enjoys. And therefore I told the story, and you know how every Baba was there, from Mother Yasoda fainting, which is Sattvika Bhav. There must be, for love to come to its height on that level, there must be emotional experiences, bodily transformations that are not connected with the intellect. Like when you cry, it's not that you decided this is the right thing. When your hairs stand on end, but when you embrace someone or you pay obeisances, that's anubhav. There are actions of love. So what were the actions of love? Mother Yasoda was cooking for her child. And then I described the basic causes of love. The basic cause, there must be the appropriate people to experience the emotion in that particular relationship. So it's Mother Yasoda, the mother, and her child, Krishna, and there must be a stimulus. Well, the qualities of Krishna, and she was always singing kirtan when she was singing, when she was cooking in the morning. And there must be transitory emotions that enhance the love, like jubilation or fear, anxiety or jealousy, or so many of them. So when they saw the meteors falling from the sky and the right side shaking, oh, my son has died. She became fearful. She became in anxiety. But what happened to her motherly love? So in that way, I described the whole scene. And through one particular person, which was Mother Yasoda. And I described that, you know, retreats could be done in two different ways. One way a retreat can be done is experiential. You just give people an experience and a combination of different things. And one is educational. So I told them that this class will be educational. So I kind of taught that. And then this evening, I will do the same thing through Gaur Lila by telling the pastime and reading the pastime of Lord Chaitanya taking sannyas and maybe highlighting on Mother Sachi's love. Actually, after Krishna left, so many emotions were coming at her, but you can imagine she was so devastated. So what she did was, she was just standing on the door and people were coming. And she said, take what you want. In other words, her love was so great that in your absence, the whole world will become vacant. But it's not material, it's born from love. So it's actually counterintuitively part of the greatest ecstasy. Just seeing you, Kalachandri, I'm definitely making my schedule to be there on the 12th. We can have a great program together. It'll be just so wonderful. Yes, I'm going to do Gaur Lila and just show how the same thing was there for Lord Chaitanya in the mood of Srimati Radharani and all his transformations, bringing whatever mood of devotion he had to the highest level in his mood as a devotee for the pleasure of Krishna, and the devotees towards Lord Chaitanya in the mood of servitorship. And you can imagine when Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, and it wasn't like we take sannyas. Prabhupada said, we're not like the sannyasis of days of yore. When they take sannyas, they never return again to their village. And it's not like, Mother Yasoda can have a Zoom call with Krishna in the Gambhira as it is today. It was just complete separation. And people were just crying, tears. Tears are a big thing in spiritual life. Tears are a huge thing. It's Lord Chaitanya's process, crying for Krishna. Prabhupada said we should chant the holy name like a child crying for his mother. I remember at one disappearance day, one of senior Vaishnavas came and said, Prabhupada's disappearance day, that the perfection of the disappearance day are the tears of the disciples in separation. I remember one year, my god sister, very elevated soul, we saw her in Govardhan, and she left Vrindavan. So why did you leave Vrindavan? She said, it's too painful to be there. After 40 years, too painful to be there because Prabhupada. Those type of tears. So now, I do like to be steady. Maybe there was a technicality here that, I don't know, maybe I should have canceled class, but we do have a fabulous kirtanier named Sundar Govinda. In fact, I do plan to go to Moscow again, and this time I'm going to stay in his house. And in one of the rooms he has is Rachmaninoff's piano, given to his great-grandfather, who was the head of the Bolshoi Ballet. And it's such an old house. It's interesting because it has 7 rooms, huge ceilings, but it's the only old place in the building that was there. Everything else is renovated. And it still has the toilet in one room and the shower in another room. So it's a little bit different. I have to just wash my face and go upstairs. For those of you who want, I'll take this in and I'll actually show you the deities up there, which are amazing. There's about 10, 15 deities. And then the kirtan, if you want to stay after that, will be my class. So my class will be again in a half hour. So I'll be right with you. And okay, I'll be right back. Okay, if anyone's still here, I'm going to head upstairs now. And at least you can stay, the deities are absolutely beautiful. Generally, I have, my room is on the roof, but they're doing construction there. Hare Krishna. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. Now I'm getting a different internet. And I may even be out of breath by the time I get up all these stairs. Oh,
Yes,
no. Is that the yoga pit?
Yes.
In
Махарадж
the
хочет показать преданным место рождения Господа читания.
in the distance, maybe you can. There is, wait, this way. You'll see somewhere there in the distance is, you can't see it from here, but Lord Chaitanya's birthplace. I need to come here.
Поднимите честно руки, кто не останется на программу, пойдет по магазину. Хорошо, хорошо. Ну, мы сделаем небольшой перерыв. Сейчас мы еще подумаем, как это лучше сделать. Мы сделаем небольшой перерыв. Вот. Это в другой день. И еще один вопрос. Коротко. 29 числа Лакшанама Ягью. Марафон 64 кругов в Экадыши. И посвятить это 20 Прабху, у него